My wife's been shot, and there's a guy in my house, and I shot him.
A couple returns home from date night only to be surprised by a masked gunman. Melissa McCarty has more of the dramatic show and tell the husband gave to detectives during the investigation.
Sharon Randolph lies motionless in a pool of blood, her life hanging in the balance.
Boom, boom, boom!
And her husband, Tom, has just killed the intruder who shot her at their suburban Las Vegas home.
Boom, boom!
Now, just hours later, Tom's reenacting the horror of it in this dramatic police video.
He wasn't moving,
But there are moments on the video and Tom's 911 call that make investigators wonder if there may be more to this crime than meets the eye.
There's a lot not making sense about this story.
Investigators think Tom seems unusually cold and callous. Like when he says he stumbled over Sharon lying in a darkened hallway and thought he tripped on shoes she'd left on the floor.
And I'll tell you what else, too. Ugh, it drives me crazy, and I'd love for her to do it right now. But she will leave 6 or 7 pair of shoes out. I don't know how many times I've hurt my back getting up in the middle of the night trying to be quiet because I don't sleep at nights. And all of a sudden it's... Sharon!
And investigators only grew more suspicious when Tom tells of finally coming to his wife's aid after shooting the intruder.
And I know the whole time I'm probably crying and yelling, Sharon, talk to me, something like that.
It occurs to them that Tom might not actually want Sharon to live when the emergency medical dispatcher is frantically trying to get him to do CPR.
The dispatcher has to ask him between 12 and 15 times to render aid to Sharon. Should I go do this? Should I go do that? Sir, you have to give your wife CPR.
Sir!
Investigators think Tom is stalling.
Put her flat on her back.
Oh, there's blood everywhere.
I said, she's still not moving, but she's bleeding really, really bad. And he says, that's why you've got it. She's going to die if you don't do this now.
But now, Tom tells the dispatcher he's concerned that the intruder he shot may still be alive.
Should I try to find this gun or something so he don't shoot me if he's not dead? Huh?
Be careful, but get his gun away from him.
I'm going to put this thing down and get my gun.
Tom locates the intruder.
He's in the garage, I can see him, but I mean...
Is he moving?
No.
Go get his gun. Go get his gun quickly.
Tom complies.
He don't seem to be moving, and I got the gun.
Okay, you got his gun away from him?
Yeah.
Now the dispatcher asks Tom to go tend to his dying wife again.
So I got down like this. I laid the phone down something like that. I said, Sharon, I'm trying to get her to respond in some way.
But then he stops talking to the dispatcher.
Sir, can you hear me?
Oh, God.
Tom sounds hysterical and non-functional.
Sir.
Oh, God.
Sir, come back to the phone.
Oh.
Tom finally picks up the phone again to tell the dispatcher he can't move Sharon to give her CPR.
I can't get her to roll. Come and try again.
We gotta try to do CPR. I need you to try.
And I says, wow, this is really freaking me out. I says, I don't think I can do this.
Then Tom can be heard screaming. He's finally turned his wife on her back and seen her bloody, mangled face for the first time. Tom gets back on the phone to tell the dispatcher he thinks Sharon's dead.
Oh. She don't have a pulse.
The dispatcher tells him how to press Sharon's chest to get her heart beating again.
And I started doing the chest compressions.
Sir, you gotta count as you're doing it.
So then I started 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and I'm really just getting tired.
Investigators aren't buying it.
I mean, he was doing anything and everything he could to make sure Sharon was dead.
I reached across like this, took her pulse one more time, no pulse.
He was going to make sure that she was dead and gone before the cops got there.
You think she was breathing when he called 911? She was still alive?
I think there was a good chance she was probably still alive.
When police arrive, they find Sharon, 47, dead from a single gunshot wound to the head, inflicted with the intruder's gun. And the intruder is lying dead too, from 5 bullet wounds, one of them in his head, delivered by Tom's 9mm.
Boom, boom.
It doesn't take Detective Dean O'Kelly long to see red flags.
It was immediate for me at the crime scene.
Tom arouses more suspicion when he himself points out the evidence of a burglary to investigators.
Look, there's the jewelry, there's the gloves, there's the gun, there's the ski mask. I mean, what else do you want?
And one of his first questions is why Sharon's 52-year-old husband took so long to dial 911. More than 10 minutes after a neighbor had already reported hearing shots fired.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tom tries to explain.
And I dialed 911 and the phone didn't work. And I remember saying, what a time for a Vonage to go out.
Tom tells detectives he then finds Sharon's cell phone on a table.
Right here. I tried 911 again and it was busy.
Tom says he keeps redialing.
And that's when whoever said 911 and
911 emergency, Hernandez 8480.
A suspicious Detective O'Kelly also discovers evidence at the crime scene that tells a very different story than the one Tom reenacts on video.
So that was a big red flag for me.
Tom, you will recall, had claimed he encountered the intruder inside the house and was firing at him as he fled down the hallway towards the door to the garage.
I just kept right on going. Boom, boom, boom.
Detective O'Kelly says it just doesn't add up.
So when did the flags start to go up?
There was no blood in the hallway.
Nor are there any bullets or casings, as would be expected.
We're not missing shell casings, we're not missing bullets, but they were all in the garage.
Where was Mike Miller, in your opinion, truly shot?
Opening the garage door and entering the garage.
Which is where Detective O'Kelly believes Tom really first encountered the intruder. And it doesn't appear Tom killed him in self-defense like he claims.
That final shot was a coup de grace, a shot to the head to execute him.
Boom.
The plot further thickens with a shocking admission on Tom's 911 call.
I know him. He ripped me off. He tried to rip me off.
Next, detectives unmask the mysterious intruder and make a chilling discovery about Tom.
He's been married 6 times, 4 of his wives are dead. You know, this isn't a coincidence.
Why did you broke into your house?
Because I was leaving the next day.
Tom admits to detectives that he'd given Miller $150 just hours before Sharon was shot dead.